everybody, and how are you? My name is Iris Smith and I'm from the Flower Patch. I just wanted to say before we start, thank you again for all your wonderful comments that I received last night, and I really do appreciate them, and I do always make sure that I reply to everyone. It may not be immediately, it may be later on in the day, or it may be the following morning, but I will always reply, everybody, because I'm so honoured that you are taking your time out to send me some little messages on our videos. Right, today I'm going to sit down again. Call me lazy, but hey. It is freezing outside, there's gusty winds and raining. So I've got the heater right next to me, blowing in my face and keeping my cheeks lovely and peachy. Right, today we are going to make a hat box arrangement. And this is for, you've guessed it guys, Valentine's Day. Here we go. So I'm still waiting for my Valentine's order. Apparently I've had an email that I spotted this morning, and they won't be coming till after Christmas, probably the beginning of the new year, unfortunately. So I'll just accept it, you know, there's nothing I can do. At least they're coming, look at it that way. So I've got this hat box, and let's have a look. It is 6.5 inches in diameter. It comes with, because you can use these for fresh flowers as well, it comes with a lining, a plastic lining that goes inside, so if you have wet foam for fresh flowers, then it protects the box from getting wet and going all soggy. It comes with a lid as well, but we don't want the lid, so we place it underneath. So that is what we've got. I'm going to show you how I position my oasis into it. I usually end up with having to use 2 blocks of foam to get the round shape. So I've got 2 out. I've had my orders being delivered of my great big box full of more foam, so I may use this. I've never used it, as I said, I've used it but not doing a circular shape, so I'm going to see how that may turn out, but I've got it anyway. I've got my spatula ready. I've tried to prepare, well, not prepare all my florals, but get everything I need alongside me. So for our foliage, I've got out, I've just grabbed the bunches instead of picking odd bits. I've got out my long stem willow, which always looks nice and gives that nice leaning over movement in a nice hat box arrangement. And I've got one of my many bunches of my eucalyptus silver dollar, my favourite, that I like in it as well. So we've got that also. I've grabbed another one of my bunches of my soft dark green, one's come off from somewhere, I'll have to find that, soft rubbery textured fern, because I always again think fern looks beautiful in hat box arrangements. So that's our 3 green foliage. I have got out my white calla lilies also to give that movement, just to add a little bit of white in it than just being plain red. You can add just plain red, you know, but on this occasion I'm going to add in bits of white. Oh, let me reach. I have also, I'm not saying I'm going to use these, but I've got them out just for backup, I guess. My dusky coloured seeds. I can say seeds today because I've got no berries. So my seeds. And I've only taken out three stems. One's got, no, I think 4 actually, of my Queen Anne's lace. Now, don't you just love Queen Anne's lace? I've got this on my garden, but it didn't flower this year because of all the rain. I think it drowned it. So we've got that as well. We've also got, I took out a bunch of our red roses with their own foliage and a bit of seeds on with them as well. A really bright red they are. They're not a dark burgundy red. They are we call it here a pillar box red, because our post boxes are really bright red. And I've also taken out just a few of my Love Arts on picks. I've got 2 left in the sparkly one, so I've had to order some more. And then I've got the glossy plain red as well. And I have done a bow. So I've used our tulle ribbon, which has got glitter on. I've got our Love Art ribbon, pink, white and red. I've used plain white as well because I'm using the calla lilies, so I've added the white in. And then we've got some more with Love Arts on, with pink and white and red. So that is what our ribbon is. And I may thinking of placing our ribbon, I don't know whether to place it in the centre and do the florals around it, or place it and stick it at the box in front. Who knows, we'll see. But I've put on a floral wire. I haven't even twisted it, if I'm being quite honest, and I've not even cut the tie wrap on it yet, because I may just stick both of them in together for a bit more support. I'm not sure. So let's just twist it so it doesn't catch. So I don't want it to, but I fluffed it up before we started. I've done the centre ones slightly longer. All the ribbons are the tulle ribbon, the very bottom one is 5-inch loop. Then from then on, the other ribbons, like the Love Art ones, the white ones, are 4-inch long. And then this tulle ribbon here is also 4-inch. But on the centre ones I do 1/2 inch bigger, because usually the centre ones, if you do them the same size, they tend to don't be as seen as much. So I brought those out. Oh, one moment, I've got a knock on the door. One moment, guys. Oh gosh, why do everyone disturb me? One moment. Sorry about that, guys. No more deliveries today, hopefully. I have my medication for my epilepsy delivered. It's not that I've got rain on my glasses now. It's not that I can be bothered to go outside, go and fetch them. It's just it's a free service, so why not? You know, especially on days like this, why not? If you don't want to go out, have them delivered. So I knew they was coming, but I thought they would be coming tomorrow. So yes, again, let's carry on. So the centre ones I do just slightly bigger, because again, if they was the same size as the others, they'd perhaps be a bit inward, a bit smaller in, and look a bit too more, you know, too squashed. So to get them noticed, I just do 1/2 inch bigger on the centre ones. So that is our bow. So here we go. Again, I've put in the Oasis before in these many a times, but I've not wrapped it in wreath wrap. But we're going to see how it works. Let's take the lid off. We'll put that back on near the end. I'll just take that out because I don't want to mess that up. Right, now what I do with this, I go right to the edge there, and I make sure that there's enough room either end for me to make that circle. So I press. There's my circle. So now I'll keep that one in, and I'll just put that one back in, if I can now. Just make sure I get it in the right place, like that. Then I get the other one, and I do the same thing. I measure it up with the length of that one, make sure it's the same, press. So I know that they're both the same. So now you can either cut around, or you can take it out and cut around yourself. Sometimes I cut around like this and go down, and sometimes I don't. So let's show you how I do it this way on one of them. And I go right to the bottom. Now just pull it away like that, so you can see it there. So we'll do it again on this one. It makes it easier sometimes for people who, if they took it off and tried to do the circle, they sometimes, I mean I've done it many a times, sometimes slip and come outwards and it doesn't, then they try to file it down so it's that perfect shape again. And again, I'm just going round, and this can be an easier way. That's one side. Do it slowly, don't rush it or pull it or tug at it, as it can split. So there is your oasis. So then I take it out, get rid of that, put my liner back in, and then I get a piece of foam, what I've just cut, and as you can see, all the rugged edges I smooth off with another piece of floral foam, just so it's nice and neat. Even though you won't see it in the box, that doesn't matter. And I'll do the same with this. Can get messy, but it's worth it, guys. Just to give it that nice smooth edge. And again, there you have your smooth edge. So let's just place those there a minute. I'm going to save this. I'm going to cut this curly bit off. Save that in case I need it for any oddments or smaller designs. And the same with this. So I save those. Don't ever throw bits away that are quite thick and you know you could use if you're doing a little arrangement for somebody. So let me just get those out of the way, and then I place those in the bin. So let's get rid of all this foam off of my turntable. It's very gritty. Just place that there. I don't need that now, and not just yet. just clean. Just so we don't get no gritty on the flowers. Gets everywhere. It absolutely gets everywhere. So I think I may just want to cover the top because you're not going to see the bottom. I have been looking at this, so I couldn't make my mind up whether to wait until I put the foam in and then cover along the top and just put our pins in. So let's do it that way. So we'll put them together. Look at that for a lovely circle. Place it in and push it. I think it's caught on the liner. Let's just have a look if I can get it back out. No? I should have put it in the liner first. Ladder, silly me. So let's try and get it out. No, I can't. It's in. Oh, I've ruined it. Right, yes. It keeps popping up. I don't think it's going anywhere else. Well, we'll have to work from it from there. So let's get our pins, and I think what I'm going to do, if you can see it blowing, it's because I've got the fan. I'm going to go here. I'm going to let it just start right on the edge, as you can see, but make sure it's covering this edge as well. And then I'm just going to place, let me go in over just a little bit. One moss pin there. And I'm just going to pull it slightly. And place another one up. I think I really need to get that out. I really do, because I think it's caught on the liner. I should have placed it in the liner first. Let's see. I need to, guys, because I'm very particular. If I can grab somewhere, because I've done it exactly the same shape, a tight fit. And I think if I do it like this, I'm going to do what I've done there. See, I always go wrong as well, so don't worry. I'd rather show you when I go wrong and how I rectify it. Oops, daisy. I could easily turn those back upside down. Oh my goodness. I do things that very, oh, here we come, I think, very tight fittings. I can feel it coming slowly, guys. There we go. I'll tell you in a minute if it's catching on the liner. Yeah. So let's take the liner out. As you can see, it's caught there, and that's why it wasn't letting it go back up. So turn it upside down. So we've got the nice, the clean shape. Just trying to get the liner to allow the oasis to get in. Maybe if I placed one in at a time. Oh my gosh. Oh my Gideon, what a start. I don't know if the liner's going to work. Oh gosh, I think I've done it too good. Oh gosh, that all went to my face. It needs to go in together. Oh, here we go. I wonder if the line is slightly a bit too... Oh gosh, it's all in my face. I'm just going to cut a little slit in the liner because you don't see this. Just to make sure that the oasis goes in. No, it's not having it, guys. Well, that's unusual. Probably cut it too tight. Oh, leave it out. If in doubt, leave it out. Right, let's get this in. Make sure we've got the ones that haven't been touched. It goes a bit further down. Like that. So we may need to add some more. Oh guys, I've got it everywhere. So again, right, so I'm going to need a third block to do the other side because it's deeper than I thought. You can put pebbles underneath if you like, or scraps of your oasis, but I've not got many scraps, so save that. So this is how I do it if I don't do it by the, measuring it by the hat box. I just follow the imprint. Oh my gosh, horrible stuff. Let's see how that fits in. Perfect. Right, Right, here we go again. It's like starting deja vu, this. We'll keep that. We don't want that. We don't want that. So we'll keep those. So I've got 4 little blocks here that I can use for something else. Right, we're here, guys. So, round 2. I don't mind this, to be quite honest, guys. I don't mind if I make a mistake, that I can show you how I rectify things, because I think I said a few months back in one of my videos, when I was doing a university course and that, my tutor, when she made a mistake, I basically thought it was good to see how she'd solve it. And so then if it ever happened to me, I would have an idea on how to do it myself. So that's why I don't cut and edit my videos, because if I go wrong, you can see what I do to solve the issue, and then if it ever happened to yourself at any stage, if it doesn't, then you're very lucky, but if it ever did, then you would have an idea of how to solve the issue. So I see some videos where they don't show you that, they cut it out. You know, that's to their own preference, but I don't like that. I'd rather show you what I've done wrong and how I would solve the issue. Right, as you can see, now this is now above the hat box. Now you have 2 options. Excuse me. You can leave that so it's slightly higher, and I think in a way I'm glad I've done it like that, because then when it comes to the bow, I've got something to attach the bow to, and it's slightly higher. It's not down here leaning on the floor. So I'm going to take the decision, and I'm going to leave it. So my chair's the opposite way around. So let's start again with our green. So now I will have to bring this around, because I don't want it just on the top like that, because I'm going to have to go round when it comes to doing that area. So I'm going to do the top first, and then whatever's down here, I'm going, as I cut it here, then I can cover it by going round with the wreath wrap. So here we go. I'm going to just have it leaning slightly over the side. Make sure it's right on the edge. So it's covering this really end bit here. I don't mind if it leans over or if it doesn't. And I'm going to have to be cutting little bits. Let me bring my moss pins over here. And then I'm going to just pull on it a little bit so it's nice and secure. And place one there. As you can see, it's slightly leaning over, but again, when I've done this top bit, I will be going around. So then, oops, I can't keep it still. It keeps it neatly done around the side. So we'll do another one. And I'm just going to slightly overlap it with that one. You can put moss in it, artificial moss, real moss, aspidistra leaf, or you can spray it. It's entirely your decision on what you would like to do. I'm using this because I like it. Now I've figured out how to attach it all. I love it. It's much easier. And with it being dark green, it hides your oasis beautiful underneath. And then I'm going to do another one and overlap that slightly. And again, like that. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to, as you can see, there's some bits, I'm just going to tidy it up by just snipping the slightly longer pieces what are going onto the box. Because we will end up having to cut it again when we put it around the sides. So I'm going to start, let me cut that straight. Start with the, I could actually fold it in half and do it that way. Oh yes, we'll fold it in half. I'm folding the wreath wrap in half because it is a lot larger than what I need it for, and I'm just going to place a pin around in different areas. Just bend that bit over so this grabs it. I'm going to place one there. And then another one here. And again, because I've only got it about an inch coming up, to go one there and then cut it and just cut that little bit straighter and very particular. And then I'm going to just put one right on the end where there's the little flap and keep that in place. So that's by just doing it, folding it in half around the side. So that's what you have all the way around. You can see the moss pins or the U pins or floral pins at the moment, but they will be covered by what we're going to be placing in. So, oh guys, I advise you to try to get some of this. I've got 2 rolls of it. I think I may order another 2 just for on standby, because I'm one of these, I don't like things to run out quick. So I tend to order more than I need. So, there's our hat box. So now, let's get that back in. Quite pleased with that, that looks lovely. And it covers your oasis and it looks tidy and neat, or neat and tidy. Right, let's start with our foliage. I'm going to place the bow in slightly at a later time. Yeah, I'm going to place it on the side. I don't want to, you could have it on the top. That would look pretty. But then you can't, if you had it on the top, you could, and you had long stem flowers placed in, you'd be hiding that. That would then need to be on a pick to sit at the top. Oh, now then, that's not a bad idea. We'll see, we'll see. So, let's get in some of our long-stemmed willow. Now you can decide on how tall you'd like this. I usually like them around here. Perhaps somewhere like in the centre, perhaps around, let's see, around that point, which is between 9 and 10 inches high. I quite like to see them. I mean, you can do them bigger. They've got, you know, but this is, you know, I go by the size of the box as well. Let's just cut some off. Oh, and I've had some glue delivered today. I've had my 200 odd sticks. They're in there, nearly finished melting. Let's see. I'm going to actually shorten that. I'm going to bring these slightly outwards because they lean over. Oh, I've got one moment. I've got all floral foam all over me. So I'm going to bring these and I'm going to place them near the bottom. I wonder if that may be too long. Yeah. So I'm going to take that one off and have it like that. And I'm going to go around just by placing them I've got some more, I haven't got stems on, leaves on. Yes, so my glue pan is really nice and full. I'm pushing it in. I don't like how that one's sitting. forget that these clip on. Oh, those sticky tags. They can be a bit of a menace. We'll get it off. Oops. Oh my good gracious me, that was hard. I think I need some new clippers. I'm going to have to get myself some more. This one on a pick. Don't waste any. Gosh, I can tell this is new glue. It's nice and clear. Doesn't look it in the pot. It looks really dirty in the pot. I think after a while it does get dirty. But as long as I can do what I wish. Right, there we go. So we'll place that aside on here for the moment, and we'll start and add. I did put a few oddments of this fern in here. We'll start and add some of our fern. I don't know how many. I'm just looking for the stems that I used. Oh, that one, I got one. Oh, we'll use this one then. Oh my goodness. So. Oh. Looks like I'm cooking something. There's bubbles in there. So now with these, I will slightly go a little bit up, a bit higher. When I was doing floristry as well, with the fresh flowers, these are one of the things I enjoyed making as well, was hat boxes. I really did. Turn around. You know, there's some of the designs people wanted, you know, not just like this, front facing ones, small ones, you know, short in height, the compact ones, and the colours that they'd like, you know, so none was all the same. Everybody's was different, and different designs, and I do quite like doing those, whether it be in artificial or real. I've done some for Valentine's Day in Rio last year for people, members of my family, even though they know I don't do real anymore, real flowers, but I did it for them. That's leaning a little. And I will be incorporating some of these around the centre as well. I just want to get the bottom of it, you know, with the majority of it in. And that's that one. So there is how it looks from above, just like a big round circle where it's expanded out. And again, like I say, I think I'm not going to put the bow there now I've come up with that idea. I think I may put it on a pick and place it slightly higher up. Excuse me. Let me put those out of the way. I'm keeping them around me because I don't know what's happened to that one. Sort that one. Because on here again I want to be bringing some up here around the centre. So in fact, let's get those out of the way and do that. I can see a few more picks here. So let's use them. Is there any more? What's that one? Yeah, I think. So let's use these ones. And the way I place these in the centre, it's alright, I've got a good side and a bad side, and because these are wired, the good side's twisted onto the bad side of the smaller leaves, so I'm just turning them back round into the correct position. And what I do with these, so as you see it, 4 o'clock. Eight o'clock. Ten o'clock. Make sure that's the right way. That one's twisted as well. 2 o'clock. And on this occasion, we're going to have one here at 12 and at 6 o'clock. Because, oh, too much glue. Just get that glue string. Where's that one what needed something doing to it? Tape on it. Can't see inside, something's not right inside the hole. Let's just pierce it. There we go. Put a stem on it. Waste not, want not. And then at 6 o'clock. So you have those like that, so it looks like that in the centre. So then, get rid of these glue strings. I've got some smaller ones here, I think. That one has the... Let's have a look. Here's one what's not on a stem. Take that off. I'm going to use these smaller picks that I've just cut off. Again. We're still using these ferns. Now the triangular position, slightly more upright. So there's one. Let's use this pick. Turn that over slightly. Two. And one more. Turn the right way. That's that. And then three. So then the triangle position in the centre. Is that the right way? No, wrong way, twist it. So that's what you have in the centre as well. So there your ferns. those back. I shouldn't need any more of those, so I'll place those there. So that is your ferns, because again, when we put our bow on a pick, that will be up there, and the ferns will be placed around it. So let me go and get just a bigger pick to place and wire the bow on. This is from one of my stems of my flowers or foliage, and because I've got the tie wrap at the back, I haven't even pulled that tight yet. I do it semi, sort of tight, so I can manoeuvre my things in the position I need, and then I pull it tight once I'm happy. Excuse me. Oh, we've got colds going around everywhere, and I'm dreading it. I don't like them. So I've got my pick here, and I'm going to be wrapping my floral wire round on one. I'm going to be also going slightly down the stem like you would if you were putting your tape on. So I've gone one way with one, and I'm going the opposite way with the other piece of wire. I want to see then how sturdy that is. Right, I have squashed it, so let's tighten that up by twisting it. In the centre. We will buff this up, guys. So let's get our wire. Not wire, tape. Oops, a daisy. So again, I will have to buff the ribbon back up. First of all, let me place a little bit of a glue on the bottom to make sure that this stem sticks to the ribbon. And to cover our mechanics, again, let me cut a bit off. I'm wrapping some floral tape around it to complete the look. I've got glue on my fingers and it's catching on the ribbon. I'm just going around a few times around the bottom where I've glued it as well. Oh, I've ripped it off. And then start working my way up the stem. Just slightly pulling on the tape just to activate the stickiness of it, so it sticks to each other as you go over. And then I'm going to work my way back down. Let me just fasten that and stick that on, and now work my way back down the opposite way. You can use the actual pot tape if you like, because it is much stronger. But I've found sometimes with the pot tape, it starts after a certain length of time, it starts to unstick itself to anything. Yet the corsage tape seems to stay there all the time. There we go. I mean, we're not going to have that. So let's get it all fluffed back up how it was. Can't have that. Can you imagine sending your loved one something like a bow where it's flat as a pancake? I don't think she'd be happy. That one's up above. Just working my way around, even fluffing the tall one back up by getting my fingers inside. And go to the centre. And then that will sit in there. So I'm going to place, let's see how, so we've got plenty of stem. I'm just going to place a 45-degree angle on the bottom. And I'm going to place that in the centre, and that will sit around that high. Make sure it's not on the wobble. So that at the top looks like that. Let me straighten that one up. And that one. I may cut those shorter slightly, who knows? We'll see as we go along. Manipulate that centre bit. So there's your middle bit. Right. Gosh, I'm getting hot here, guys. Now that's unusual. Right, let's I've got some oddments in here as well. So let's have a look at the oddments first. Oh gosh, that's on a small pick. Stem. I may have to put some of these on picks as well. I've just seen one what's not even on the stem. We may as well use the oddments up, what are obviously in here. I don't know how many. I'm just hoping there's enough, so I don't have to start chopping into. Oh, I've seen one here. Again, I may have to put some on picks. There's one. Alright, so let's start with those. Alright, that's on a pick. So, now with our eucalyptus, what we will do with that, we will go one at the top here. Slightly shorter, not going out further than the willow. And I'm not going to do as many around the bottom. So these with the shorter stem may be just handy, just the right size. Let's have a look for some more. Here's one. Some haven't got the 45-degree angle on, so I'm just chopping that and placing that in. And I could perhaps put one more there. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, one more. I don't like the look of that one. There we go. Place one. I'll start looking around to see if it looks a bit bare. I think it looks a bit bare on them. I may have to put another 3 in, just to make it look like it's more full. So one here. Oh, I've just cut that leaf. Slightly bend the stem. Can you see the glue string following me? I've got one there, one there, one there here. I can't see. Right, that's the eucalyptus around the bottom. So then we move it up to the next level up. We will be going up here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put, if I could take it off, oh, on a pick. It's all wrapped around my ring, and my wrist, and my jacket. And then we go in, bringing it there. Let's see where there's no place to put a pick in that one. That's a bit big, that's thick, that stem. I don't want that. Not that thick. That. So by just placing your foliage in first, then you can work around with your floral. And then you haven't got to be like squeezing past everything once you've got your floral. Once it comes to putting your floral in, your greenery will be placed in. Pull one up there. And then one here. And then that's it with the eucalyptus. Don't like the look of that. So we'll place that there for now. Oh my Gideon, I'm falling. Let me move that heater, it's blowing in my face and making me sweat. It's not like me to moan about the heat. Right, let's get our roses. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for now. I've got different shades of roses. I may incorporate some darker shade actually as well. Let me just grab them. think they're darker. Let's see. Slightly darker. I don't know how many I want, but I've got some of these ones as well. They're slightly darker than what they are. So and they're smaller, so I may incorporate some of those also. We'll see which one actually looks the better one. Now, I'm not sure about the little seeds on it. Maybe. So what I want to do is place 3 at the top in the triangular position. So let me get rid of this plastic on the bottom. I don't know why it bothers me so much, this plastic. I really don't. So let's get 1 there. So we've placed 1 there at 6 o'clock. Plastic. I think if I didn't spend as much time peeling this plastic off, the videos would be much quicker. So 6 o'clock. And then 1, this is near the centre, 1 at around 10 o'clock. To make sure I've got them around a similar height. And then 1 at around 2 o'clock. So there's your red roses around the top. Your other 2, you can, I could bring 1 here. I could have another 3 actually if I got another 1 of these, but I do have these. I don't know, I quite like the bright ones. Let me get another one. I can't help myself once I've got. Get the bush back out. I have got loads. I can't believe that how many of the roses I've ordered. What are on order? Red roses. So I knew I'd be getting up and down, guys. Again, just fluff out the foliage. So then so in between these roses that you see here, place the next one slightly more below it. Again, not too far out, but slightly like that. So you've got like a triangle position of the three together. And then you do that again as you go round. And you've done it there as well. One here. So you've got these on the second 3 that you've placed in are slightly lower, as you can see, than the ones above. So that's, we'll just slightly lift that head a bit, like that. Again, I've got the other three. May as well have just said I'll use them all. Oh, goodness gracious me. So then with the others, you do the same. Bring those lower down like that. So we'll get those. And if I bring it forward, let's see where it is. I can't judge it that way. Oh, a quarter leaf. Yeah. So it's like that. Just quarter leaf with a bit of a glue. So then you've got that one, what should be lower. Got that one. Make sure I don't get the So then you've got the three at the bottom. So it looks like that from the top. Isn't that wonderful? What lady wouldn't like all those red roses with a beautiful fluffy bow in? Again, I've got these. I've taken out 5. So I may put some more around the bottom of these. These ones are a realistic look as well. These ones have got thorns on. So with these, where I've just put those ones on the bottom, as you can see, where is it here? I will place in between. So that one will go there. And same with this. And then one more. That may want pushing in a little bit more. So that's what you have with your roses all around. Don't they look beautiful? Now, as you can see, there is places and spaces to place now your other floral in and around. So I don't need those. So I'm going to get 3 of these, place them at the top. Again, I'm putting 45-degree angles, even though these are wooden picks at the bottom. So, and I'll let those slightly stick out a bit further so they're noticeable. And then one down here. around here. So you've got your 3 love hearts around the top. Just pull it in a little bit more, not much. Like that. Now we've got, let's have a look at us. I do quite like the seed head. Queen Anne's at this as well. I had some more of this and I don't know where it is. I think it more than likely be at the bottom of a bucket. I had another big bunch of it. So I'll place it around the top here where the love heart here, these 2 hearts are. I will be placing one there. Sorry if I keep standing up, guys. I like to see above as well as as many directions as I can. Fluff that up a little bit. It's just a little bit compact. Here's one. And the same with this. One's come off of its, oh, there it is. The other one here. So I don't need that. And I could then put some of these seeds along the bottom. So let's get some of these in first and see how it looks. Oh gosh, I've taken a lot off. I'm sure as well in there I may have some oddments. What time are we on? Huh? Maybe my husband, I've just heard a door. What I want to do with these, I'll place it in and I'll show you. For the movement, can you see at the front where the Queen Anne's lace is? By placing things like that there as well, that gives you that lovely movement. In between where the gaps are. That's for your holly lily around the bottom area. If you wish, you can bring some under here, so we'll do that. We'll get some at the bottom as well, with under the roses. Just to give it that movement as well, from, you know, to show it's coming down. Going under the bigger roses with it. Oh goodness, it's so you've got some movement along the bottom also, and then we need movement around the top. So I need some on long stems. Maybe not. Let's use a fresh bunch. So I can push these as well up, make them longer. So we're going to go you can see it at the top there. I'm going to have to stand up for this bit, guys. I should have just stood up right from the word get-go. Silly me. Here. Keep this bow fluffed up so we can see it. I'm not going to cut the tail ends, I want those to be shown. The bow is really warm from the heat. So let's see about our seed heads at the moment, because we need something. Or do we add some actual different foliage? Because you don't want to overpower it with just little things like this. Let's have a look. They do look nice. Or do we add one of them look like? I'm going to be looking around. Do we add a bit of gypsophilia instead? Oh, it's very white. That one's very, very white. Oh my god, my gypsophilia bucket is chopping off. Or do we add, with it having white in, variegated ficus? I think maybe. Have we got any oddments? I don't. I'll bring these out to start with. I don't want to add any more calla lilies in. I think we've got more than enough with those. I've got them all spilling out everywhere, there's that many. My rubber band can't hold them all. So that we don't need. So let's get our ficus. Yeah. Oh, ficus always comes to the rescue. I want to just cut bits down to start with. I don't need those. I don't need those. So guys, we've still got our willow as well, because I haven't incorporated any willow in the top yet. So let's see. Just placing these, everybody. That is cutting down a little bit. Try before I actually make my mind up. These come in big stems. Oh, let's get this stem. You get all these on one stem. There's lots. But there's times when you just don't need all of that. I want to see, for example, what the willow will do instead. See, I don't want too much. There's something amiss here, just under where the bows are. And in fact, by placing that willow there, it's sticking out too far and covering things. Yeah, that don't look right. So I need to let me think, guys. Let me think. And if I start incorporating white roses, then I'm gonna have to dot the white roses everywhere. I mean, I've got pink roses. It's got pink on the bow. Do I add in pink as well? Let me get this ficus in first, because where I've placed it here, I'm happy with that. Okay, just fluff around where you're placing it. And the centre again, that node's coming off of the main stem in the centre. just bend the head up so that points out to the top. So it looks like that's the top of the stem. And same with that one. So I've got to have some ficus around here because it's otherwise it's not balancing. So this glue off of me. It's following my glue. Where's that one? So we want it swung around here. Just so you've got the at the bottom as well. I may need another couple of bits. It's a pity I've got no more oddments. I need to order some more. I think I've only got about 12 3 bunches left of 6. So I really need to get some more in. So where was that last one? Here. By just filling in these at the bottom, it just shows that that's what we needed down here. Some ficus to balance it out from the one I've placed in the centre. So that's let me think, guys. Let me just think. I didn't want to be getting up and down today, if I'll be quite honest. I wanted to just be, stay where I am. But I can't really bring everything out because I've got that much. Right, let's have a look. Pink on there. Is it the right pink? It's not the right pink, that's more of a coral pink. And the one on there is more of a baby pink. Right. So now we know that. Let's have a look. These. Perfect. I think I'm going to place in some pinks as well, guys, because it's still too, as I say, gappy. There's still too many gaps for my liking, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. So we're going to be placing where the red roses are. There's going to be a pink, and then you'll see then how more fuller it becomes. So then we'll bring it down on the second row. I'm going. You'll see what I mean. And it's gonna, if you can see there, I've done 3 along the top, and then I'm coming down there. And then 1 needs to go here. And 1 there. Oops, the daisy. So you've got the pinks around now in the roses on the second row down. So now I'm going to be placing around 5 at the bottom. So we'll have 1 there. Just move the foliage. 1 there. Here. Missing one somewhere. There. That's what it looks like from the top, everybody. With the pinks in now, the pink, because it's got pink, I tend to usually go with what the colours are on the bow. Hence the reason I got the whites out. So I just thought I'd got it in mind I wanted to just do pure red roses. But because of how big I've made it, it left it too gappy. So because I've still not used the pinks that are on the bow, that gave me the answer to what's going to cover the gaps. And as you can see, it's covered the gaps lovely. I'll show you, you know, with you having the pinks next to the red roses, you know, and a bit of your Queen Anne's lace, your ficus then placed in as well to give that foliage up at top, and your little white lilies to go with the white bow as well, and your love heart, wooden love hearts, and then your red to go for obviously Valentine's Day, and then your pinks what's on the bow by adding that, and your eucalyptus and your fern, and again your willow added in as well. And that is, I think any lady would like something really big like this. I can do them smaller, but guys, it's my style, you know. Again, I don't copy off people, it's my style. I like big, and you know, but if somebody states they want small, you know, then I can do small. I'm not just trained when I did my course in big. We have to be trained in tiny, small, medium, large, extra large, and so on and so on, and also different styles. So you know, it's just that it's my style. I like to do big, but again, like I say, if anybody asks, I can do small. So, and I think that's quite pretty for a Valentine's Day hat box arrangement, as we call them. And you could either, if you wish, put a nice bow along the bottom here or around the centre as well to finish it off. Which bow can I pick? Perhaps the one with the love hearts. So let's perhaps get that one. And you may not even see it, guys. No, you're not see it. So you could just stick. I go around with it. As you can see, stick it around the bottom just for part of the decoration. So in fact, let's give that a bash just to add that little extra touch along the bottom. So I'm going to go, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just turn over that little bit by a couple of millimeters so it doesn't fray. It shouldn't fray anyway, but I like to make sure that I'm, you know, taking all precautions that possible. And then just get your glue gun. I haven't got mine on again. Just glue the back of it. Make sure the love hearts are the right way, not upside down. Glue it onto the bottom of the box. And then take it around. You haven't got to, but if you want to, use your glue gun to glue it all the way around. I'm not going to on this occasion. And then when you get to the end again, fold it over how I've just shown you to fold it over. You know, just to give it that neat edge finish. So if I just place those on the side here so I can see. So I like to make sure it's lovely and tight. Again, get your glue gun and then just make sure it's lovely and neat. Just get the glue off my fingers. I've got it all stuck on, as well as those spider webs everywhere. I'm trying to get used to having them on my fingers. Saves me keep picking away. So then you will have that at the bottom. Oh, I've got a glue string I can see there. That at the bottom of your hat box, just as that extra piece of decoration what will match one of your bows. It doesn't matter which one, just so then it's like finished it off. If you can, you know, I tend to put things like that on if I can't, I wouldn't be able to see a bow, then I will put something like that on, or get a coloured, I have coloured twine, I have coloured party poly ribbon, you know, in very about 3mm wide on big rolls. In fact, I've got them in all colours. I could have actually used that. I'll get one out. Oh my goodness. I have a lot of these. What you use when you go to parties or you wrap something up. I can't even find the beginning. I took them in places so they don't come out. One moment. Now that'll bug me now until I sort it. So I have things like this, and with these you may have seen you can make swirls by even rubbing your thumb and finger or a pair of scissors. And I've got that, and it's only poly ribbon, and I've got those in many colours. And I've also got the poly ribbon, the wide one as well. So you could use things like that in to wrap around your little love hearts as well, to add a different texture, or you know, or just a little bit more decoration. Or you could have that as a bow again at the bottom. Things like that you could do. So that is what we are. I'm not putting no more willow in. I don't think we need it. So that is what we have completed today. My desk is a mess here. I don't usually allow this. Sounds like I'm a sergeant major. But yes. So I know it's a bit soon for Valentine's Day, some people will say, but before you know it, guys, Christmas is over, February is here, and people are buying Valentine's Day cards, and you're probably going to be the one of them as well, just like me, buying the cards for my hubby, and my son will be buying it for his girlfriend as well. So, you know, well, should I say, he'll ask me to get it. That's my autistic son, Brandon, who's got a girlfriend. He'll be asking me to do it. But it's part of life. Love and joy every moment of it. Right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, if you can see from the top how it all looks. With the pink in now, I've added it because it's on the bow. And also the little ribbon at the bottom that I've added on, what's exactly like one of the bows. And that's how it's looking all around. Lovely and complete. And I'm sure a lovely lady, or you know, would love something, or young girl from their loved one for Valentine's Day. Again, it is big. I like big. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope it's given you a few ideas as well. Instead of having the bows always at the bottom on the boxes, you know, or at the side, put a pick on it and place it right in the centre at the top. Because usually on hat boxes you have a focal point at the top, which is usually a flower. But you know, you don't. I always say you don't always have to go by having a flower as your focal point. Have a ribbon. You know, have, even if it was just a teddy bear. You know, a little teddy bear to place in the centre. Have something like that. You know, or if your loved one likes. Oh, let me think. like the ice skating one I did. If she likes doing ice skating, have ice skating boots at the top. You know, things like that. You don't always have to stick with your flower, and then build your flowers around your focal point at the top. But I always start with my foliage around the bottom, and then I go into the center with my foliage, and then I start to add my flowers, as you saw. And if I need any more foliage, then I can see once the flowers are in where it needs to be. And that's what I did with the variegated ficus. I could see it needed to be around here somewhere, because it just didn't look finished, you know, with the foliage, because it's all a lot down here. I needed something up there. So once the red roses was in, I spotted it. So, and then once they were in, I still noticed that it was still too gapey for me, because I mean, as much as this I say space, these flowers have all got their own space. They're not, I don't know if I can show you from the front, they're not like that. That is compact. They're not like that. They've got their own breathing space, you know, a gap, which I mean a gap in between each of them, to just to give them breathing space, so when the eye is drawn to it, the eye can look individually at each of the flowers and maybe the foliage and things like that. So they're not all, you know, oh, where do I look, what, you know, which flowers are in there, there's that many close together, I can't tell. You can with these. So if you don't want roses, peonies are a beautiful flower for Valentine's Day, a beautiful flower. Add peonies, ranunculus, oh gosh, they are their ultimate favourite. So try anything like that, guys, you know. And if you haven't got any roses or in red, but you've got some red spray to spray your artificial flowers, spray them red. It's cheaper than buying another bunch if you've got the spray there, guys. It's, you know, it's just great to do things, be able to do things like that. So again, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you give it a go, you know, even perhaps not to give us somebody as a Valentine's present as of yet, but you know, just to give it a go if you want to practice doing it, if you've never done it before. If you've done it before, super, you know what you're going to be doing, and enjoy doing it. But you know, as far as I can say, you know, have a wonderful time doing it. I love doing hat box arrangements, big or small, and you know, whatever colour you wish to do it. Not everybody wants pink and reds for Valentine's Day. So all the best. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. It's probably gone on for a couple of hours again, but hey ho, it's the full tutorial. And enjoy, and please subscribe and share to your friends and family, and you know, give us a thumbs up and a little comment if you like, and show us some pictures. Oh, can't wait to see some pictures, and enjoy the rest of your day. So God bless everyone, take care, stay safe in this really big winds, if you've got big winds and rain. If you don't need to go out, guys, please don't go out. You know, I'd rather you stay safe. And also, I know it's not here yet, but Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Santa's coming. Santa's coming to town. Oh, I love Christmas. So Santa's coming, I can't wait, and I'm getting really excited. So Merry Christmas as well. I will see you before Christmas, and I also want to wish you all a happy, joyous New Year as well. All the best, guys. Love you lots. Bye.